Welcome to Tencent Tools. Today we are going to start discussing about the basics of Procreate. Now this is the Procreate app which you can buy for $12 or something, and this is just a one-time payment. You don't have to pay it again. And after opening this Procreate, you will have a gallery of your drawings. You can use this plus icon to select any of the existing sizes or create a new canvas. I've already created a new canvas. By clicking on this canvas, these are the topics which we are going to cover. We have already covered the cost of Procreate. Now let's see how to draw. You can also draw along with me so that you will learn. Go into the brush. These are all the brushes. I'm just selecting a technical pen under inking. These are all the types of brushes. So let me draw 3 simple circles to show you how to paint. So the first easy way is just drag the color and drop it from here to here. So I'm not going to keep it more theoretical. I'll just show you practical ways to learn the Procreate. Now the second way of painting is I'm just selecting some texture brush and increasing and reduce. This is where you increase or reduce the size, and this is where you reduce opacity. So I'm just keeping 75% of opacity and just coloring it manually. So this is how you color it manually. The third way of painting is use this select option, custom select option, and select, okay, this is in rectangular. Let me select this freehand and uncheck this color fill. After selecting this freehand, let me show you again. Select this button, make sure it's in freehand, and then select the circle and go to the brush. I'm just increasing the opacity, increasing the brush size. And you can even color outside. It will not color, only it will color inside the selection. So this is how you color it in the third way. So in the first way it will be a solid color, you don't have any texture. In the second way you have to be very careful so that your paint doesn't come outside. In this third way you are using this lasso tool so that it will be only inside the circle, inside the selection, and it will not fall outside the selection. So this is the 3 way of painting using the brush. You can use any other texture brush as well. Similarly, smudge tool. So smudge tool, as you may be aware of, first unselect this and then go on to smudging. This is the smudge tool. This smudges different colors as well. You can use to smudge it. So here I'm using a different color to paint, and go back to the smudge tool and you can smudge it. So this is how you smudge it. Now this is the smudge tool. Now moving on to the smudge tool. Here there are various smudge you can use to smudge it differently. So you can explore this option. After that, going back to the eraser brush, you can use the eraser brush to erase a portion of it. Even in the eraser brush there are various existing brush, or you can buy new brushes as well. So going to the fourth icon, this is the layers. So until now we were drawing in one single layer. And in this new layer you can use any brushes to create any other shapes. So the advantage of using this new layer, if you do not want to have this, you can just select it and delete it. Just drag it to the right and delete it if you don't want. And if you want it back, you can click undo. 2 fingers, just click undo, you will get it. This is how you do undo. And if you tap with 3 fingers, it will get redo. I'm just clicking undo, and I've just created a rectangle, and in the base you have a portion of the circle. So if I want this red color to be only inside the circle, and I don't want to see this outside portion, just click the layer and click clipping mask. So as you can see, it will show only wherever you have painted in the below layer. So this is the use of clipping mask. And create one more layer, select some other color and draw some other shape. Now let me do it separately. Now this is the circle which I have drawn. I just want to edit only this circle. I don't want to paint anywhere else, only this circle. So what I'll do is I'll just select this layer and put it in alpha lock. After putting it in alpha lock, just selecting a darker color and selecting a different brush and reducing the opacity, and I'm just going to paint. So even if I paint outside, due to the alpha lock, it's going to just paint inside. This is similar to clipping mask. So clipping mask is, first you have to paint in one layer, create a new layer, put it in clipping mask so that you can paint over the paint which you have already painted in the below layer. So this is how clipping mask is created using two layers. In alpha lock, you can just use alpha lock and edit only the image which you have already painted. This is the difference between clipping mask and alpha lock. So this is little bit advanced. You can watch it again to understand it more, or I'll create a separate video. If you want to create a separate video explaining it more, please comment below so that I'll make a separate video in detail related to this. Now this is the advantage of creating clipping mask and alpha lock. So now, until now, I'm just going back to the brush pen and let me create a new layer. So we have discussed cost, we have discussed painting, we have discussed lasso tool to paint, and we have discussed how to smudge, we have discussed clipping mask, we have discussed alpha lock. Let me show you how to select a particular image. So for example, I'm creating a new layer and going to the painting and just painting this. Now if I want to resize it, move this, just select this, just click uniform and then move it. If you want to change the size, you can just use any of the corner blue color icon to resize it. If you want to change the perspective, if you want to make it more flexible, you can use this. So this is how the selection tool is used. So now the selection tool is also done. Now going back to a different brush, technical pen. So this is also done. Now we have also seen how to create a new layer, how to change the brush size and opacity. Now let's see how to add text and images. So go back to the settings, click add and click insert a photo. If you click insert a photo, you will be able to add a photo into your canvas. So this is how you add an image over here. I just shown you how to add. For example, now if you want to add a text, just click on it to edit the text and then click on the font size. After that, click on the keyboard to edit the text. And if you double click it and select all, the entire text will be selected, and you can change the font and you can select the size, you can select the spacing, you can select the other options which is related to spacing, opacity, change the alignment, underline it, make it in a different format, make it everything capital. So this is all the options which you can explore. Now this is the text which we have added. Let me put it in one corner. We have seen how to add text and images. Let's see how to save the image. Let's save this entire image. Go back to the settings, click share, and you can save it in any format, JPEG, PNG, in any format. Just click save image, it will save it in your device, or click it in drive, save it in drive, or send it over email and anything you want. Now this is how you save an image. How to keep a reference. Click on the settings icon, go to canvas, click on the reference icon and click on import to import a different image to keep it as a reference, and you can draw. Let me switch it off. Now if you want to resize any portion, select that specific portion layer and select the icon to resize it. I think I have shown this already. So this is done. Okay, this is the same thing. So this is done. Let me show you some other option. So go back to the layer. If you, just in case, if you want to merge, let me bring this layer down. If you want to merge these two layers, you can just use your two fingers, like let me show you again. Use your two fingers to pinch and it will make it into a single layer. So for example, if these both are in single layer, you can resize it or do whatever you want. And in the layer section, if you want to delete it, you can delete it over here. If you want to duplicate it, you can duplicate it over here. And if you don't want to edit it anymore, you can just lock it so that you won't be be able to edit it. It will say that layers are locked. Now if you want to undo, then you can click your two fingers to undo. So for example, I am just, let me create a new layer, just drawing one line. If I don't want this line and I want to click undo, I'm just clicking two fingers. If I want that line back, click out with the three fingers. This is how you undo and redo. And we have seen these two options as well. Now let's see how to give some effects. Go back to a different layer. Let me remove this and let me draw a different shape. Let me create one layer and draw a different shape and just coloring it. I've just colored this star randomly. Go to the effects option and if you click hue, you can change the color of this star by using the hue. You can change the brightness, brightness of the star. You can just change the saturation of the star by using this option. And these all I'll teach in a separate tutorial. For this tutorial, I'm just showing few of the important effects which I use. I use Gaussian blur often. So after selecting the Gaussian blur, just use your pencil and drag it to the right. You can see the star is getting blurred. If you right, it will get more blurred. If it is in the left side, it will get lightly blurred. So for now, I am not using blur option for this video. Go back to the effects. There is another interesting option which is called as liquify. So for example, if I am just increasing the size and if I am liquifying, so can you see it turns like a watery object. So this is how liquify is used. This is such an interesting option to create some patterns. So this is like a pinch option to give a separate effect to it. And this is how you create effects, different effects. You can explore this by selecting one by one. There is something called bloom as well, which will make it more brighter, like a light. This is how you use the effects option. So I've seen the basics of drawing using Procreate. Also check out my website www.tinsandtoons.com. I'll put it in the description and you can check. I have so many stationery products, and if you love to organize or if you love cute stationery products like calendars, to-do list, bookmarks and everything, you can check out my website. Thank you for following me. Please leave a comment if this tutorial is helpful. Bye.